Hey there, welcome to Practice Indy. It's Brittany. Thank you for joining me for a little mini class today using the aerial hammock to go through some of our basic postures. The intention behind this sequence is to really give people interested in joining our aerial yoga teacher training program this coming January a sneak peek into things that we're going to learn, tools that you're going to have on the other side, and ways that we really can use this prop to make things both more accommodating and more challenging. So we're here for just a few minutes. I'll show you some basic postures. This is stuff that I use in my classes all the time. If you're interested in the training, please send us a comment, send us an email. info@practiceindy.com is the most direct way to get in touch with me. I cannot wait to nerd out about anatomy, sequencing, postures, modifications, upping the ante. It's going to be an amazing 25 continuing education hours. So, without further ado, here we go. We're going to start in a standing forward fold using the hammock to assist us from the front. So I'm going to wrap my wrists, extend my arms long, step my feet a little bit wider than normal, and as I hinge through my hips, I can really start to feel what's going on in my hamstrings. This can be a static posture, or we can sway from side to side. And after a few moments, a few breaths, I'm going to come back through center, heel toe my feet to hip width distance, and find cat and cow. So as I inhale, I'll drop my belly, lift my chin, pull down through the silk, and exhale, round it up and over. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And I'll rise to stand all the way up. So releasing that grip. Next, I'll come into a downward facing dog. So I'm going to put that fabric all the way around my waist. I'm going to use my hands to position that fabric exactly where I want it, below the hip flexors. I'm going to hinge forward and then slowly walk myself back. Now I really don't have to do much here. This is like the world's simplest downward facing dog. It's a great way to learn hand and foot positioning. So as my hands and my feet rest here, I really can just let gravity do its thing. If I'd like to make this a bit more active, I can step my feet a little forward, work on grounding through my heels, pushing through my hands, rolling my shoulders back. A bit more active. And from here, I'll find a floating plank. So my feet will hover, my hands will come underneath my shoulders, and as I head into three-legged dog, I will send one foot outside the pole. I'll release these floating toes back down to the ground, and slowly but surely slide that lifted leg long into the air. Now that floating leg might continue to float. This is a very passive stretch here. If I'd like to make it more active, I can pull myself forward, plant my foot, and do the work here of more of a standing splits posture. So I can push into my fingertips, really ground through that grounded heel, and when it's time to come back, walk your hands forward, pick up that grounded foot, and return to your floating plank. Shoulders on top of wrists. Feet will come down, feet will step forward, and we stand all the way up. I'm going to put this fabric on like a backpack, and from here I'm going to settle back into chair pose. Now the fabric is catching me underneath my shoulder blades. There's a really great opportunity for some core work here. We can float the feet, we can do some leg lifts. My personal favorite is a seated figure four. So as we're here, we're finding that figure four shape, active feet, active shoulders. And we can kind of floss the hips a little bit, lengthening through that grounded leg, or maybe tipping the hips from one side to the other. Making sure to switch. Now from this chair pose, I'm going to slide one foot quite far back. I'm going to release that fabric, Slide it all the way up overhead, coming back into that bound wrist arrangement from the very beginning. And this is an awesome place to start working into things like Anjaneyasana, high crescent lunge, or even a warrior sequence. So with this front assist, we have more stability. We can focus on things like hip alignment, knee over ankle alignment, deep, deep, deep stretching in those inner thigh muscles. And as we come back, we'll pass through that backpack configuration again on our way to things like pillar pose. Having some support here means we can balance with more ease. It also means we can sequence things for deeper stretching. So hooking that ankle, coming into things like standing forehead to knee, or even more hip flossing here. Lots and lots of ways to use this prop. Amazing, amazing results when you have more stability and then less stability in certain things. What are your thoughts? What you thinking? How you feeling? I'd love to know what questions I can answer, what postures I can demonstrate for you as ways to be more enjoyable or ways to be more strengthening. I cannot wait to have you in this training. Let's learn all the nerdy things, yeah? See you soon.